we're back in Shadowrun Dragonfall with the adventures of Stealth, who is still very, very upset with that last run. I do think that there will be some writing this week down in the box below. Let's pick up the abilities for Eiger and the rest of the team really quick before we do anything else. Eiger gains a shotgun ability that sets targets on fire, strips 1 armor. That's actually not too bad. And then there's Sniper Specialist. I wonder which one we're going to pick. It ignores armor completely? Yep. That's what we're taking. What about for our Anarchist Shaman? Nerve Spear, Dietrich's basic Nerve Bolt, spell now flushes enemies from cover when they're hit, which is kind of a weird thing because his knives already do that, so I don't know. I guess it's so he could flush a bunch of people from cover, but then again... what's this? Dietrich's years of devotion to the Dragon Slayer imbue him with an innate +1 armor. That's not terrible. But like this one right here, this one's kind of meh. What are the next ones? Static. Now costs 1 AP to cast, which I think is fantastic. No. Static is probably better to pick. I don't really know about this. I kind of want to just grab the armor because... But then again, this seems useful. Flushes enemies from cover when they're hit. But I'm gonna do something a little bit crazy, and I'll pick, gained a little bit of armor. Glory now. Let's see. Glory gains an armor stripping razor attack, 2 hits, and each hit strips 2 armor from the target. Cost 2 AP, not terrible. Glory gains a pistol attack that targets up to 4 enemies, then opens fire. I'm sorry, Glory's going to be focused on, close combat. What about our Decker Blitz? Okay, his decking's increased by 1, or ESP control is increased by 1. So that means we could have 2 ESPs move. No, it's strengthening the ESPs. That's kind of a really good question. What about this? He gains a Fairlight Excalibur, Hydraulic Jack, Nova Targeting, Pain Suppression isn't terrible. Some of these are actually kind of lackluster. I think we're going to go with just improving his decking. Alright, there we go. Everyone's hooked up. And now we can continue with talking about the last episode, and I do believe I'm going to have Stealth do a little bit of something about just how he feels about that in writing. Let's talk to Dietrich really quick. So the Black Lodge is super based in magic. So maybe, Dietrich does have an option now. Dietrich greets you with his familiar weary smile. Stealth, what's new? Have you ever heard of the organization called the Lodge? Lodge? He freezes up. Boss? Do you mean the Black Lodge? I don't know, maybe Lodge was all that I heard. You know what you heard. Let me describe him to you, and you can tell me if what I'm saying fits. Shadowy, powerful, secretive as hell, with deep pockets and a penchant for hiding the truth. They conduct all of their business through dupes and go-betweens. It gives you a sideways glance. That sound about right? That's them in a nutshell, yeah. Well, if it's them, and whoever you're talking about, I ain't saying it is, then I'd advise you to stay away from them. Stay far, far away. And whatever you do, don't take their money. If you do, they'll own you. Like our little dwarven friend. I take it they're dangerous then. He sighs. More than you could know. Most folks don't even believe that they exist. But being a shaman in Berlin has its perks. I've seen enough evidence to believe. Tell me what you've heard about them. Well, the story is that the Black Lodge is the mother of all conspiracies. Supposedly, they've been around for hundreds of years, and they've been practicing magic since well before the Awakening. Impossible, I know, but I believe it. You ever heard of the Masons, the Knights Templar, the Bavarian Illuminati? They were all puppets of the Black Lodge. None of them knew who they were working for, but the Lodge was there, pulling the strings. They always have been. And they still are today. That's the story. I didn't realize you were a conspiracy theorist. No, it's true. I see. Well, thanks for letting me know. That gives me a lot to think about. Sure thing, boss. Suddenly I could use a drink. Let's see. I'm curious, Dietrich. Why'd you switch from fronting a band to running the Shadows? Honestly, working the stage was getting boring, boss. Spitting and screaming at the world was fine and good when I was a kid, but it just didn't do it for me anymore. Okay, so as he got older, it just kinda waned on him. The Dragon Slayer wanted me to fight a real enemy, so I left the band behind and I turned to the Shadows. He shrugs. I don't know. I guess I figured that'd be the best way to find one. Considering current events, I'd say you're not wrong about that. Yeah, I guess not. Feels kinda daunting, truth be told, but it's exciting all the same. I've been looking for a worthy adversary for a while now. It's kinda satisfying, having a white whale to chase. How long have you been, looking for a real enemy? He shrugs. Not too long. Ever since I took down the last one. So this is really interesting to me, because normally in Shadowrun, or at least normally in just all, I want to say fantasy, your spiritual guide, unless it's a trickster or what have you, usually, is there to help you. But I think Dietrich has a really interesting story. Of course, I might be able to sit around feeling pleased with myself if I followed the Creator, or the Moon Maiden, but the Dragon Slayer ain't that kind of idol. If I'm not drinking, I'm fighting. And if I'm not doing either of those things, I'm looking for a bigger, better fight to get into next time. Dietrich produces a flask from his jacket pocket and raises it in salute. It's a remarkably simple code to live by. Dietrich, when does this pattern end? Well, boss, the way I figure it, it'll end when I pick a fight that I can't win. He smiles sadly. Might be this one, maybe the next. It'll be hard to top a great dragon. But that's the way the Dragon Slayer wants it, and who am I to refuse him? So really, Dietrich is emboldened, empowered by his spirit, but also incredibly hampered. He's stuck fighting a bigger, badder foe for the rest of his life until, well, he dies. Like many of the classic heroes. That's enough talk for today, boss. Besides, you've got other things to do, I'm sure. Yeah, we got other things to do. Most definitely. We could talk to Eiger. Let's, equip our other outfit. I know that the suit helped us a little bit, but I feel like the armor and clothing is a better fit for stealth. And we do have our Ares Predator with the Smart Link. Okay, confirmed. We also could use to sell, we could sell quite a bit of our weapons. Now let's check this. I hope that little dwarf girl's okay. I feel really bad for her. Let's check our inbox for new messages. We have 3 on... Okay. The screen flickers to life, and Maxim's face appears. He's wearing a broad grin, and you can hear the sounds of celebration in the background. Hey there, Muscle. Not sure if Tuck gave me the right address, but I figured it was worth a shot. I don't know if you heard, but our favorite poly club got hit from all sides by the F-State today. It was glorious. Anyway, just thought you'd want to share in the good news, and thanks for your help back there. I don't think we've made it out. We would have made it out there without you. He raises a hand in salute. Take care, Estelle. Okay, so we helped somebody out. What's this one? Alexander to Stealth. Hey, Stealth. Uncle Dietrich told me that I could message you here, so I figured that I should. He probably told you that I'm living at Samuel's, huh? Well, that's where I am. It's different, I'll give you that much. I like that I don't get pressured to hurt people here, so that's good. And nobody smacks me around, even though I can tell that a lot of the orcs and trolls want to. I do get yelled at a lot and called a lot of names, but I guess that making me feel bad about the kind of thing is all a part of the plan. Like, life kinda sucks right now, but at least nobody's going to make me kill anyone. Uncle D says that it's going to get better, and maybe it will, I don't know. Anyway, what I most wanted to say was thanks for not killing me back at the Humanist compound. I had a gun on you, so you totally could've. But you didn't, and I'm really glad about that. Thanks, Alexander. Still alive? Jana, oh. I guess that I should thank you. You got me out of that horrible job alive. I don't think I could have made it out on my own. What happened on that run took everything else away from me, but at least I'm still breathing. The Lodge turned me into a killer stealth. That gnaws at my guts every minute of every day. And I still can't sleep at night. Innocent people, normal people died because of what I did. And you know why they made me do it? Because they could. I don't know. Maybe this doesn't bother you. You're Shadowrunner after all. You kill people all the time. Just another day at the office, huh? Well, I'm not like you. I can't just kill people on the job and forget about it the next day. This is going to haunt me for the rest of my life. I don't know how to live like this, but it's still better than not living at all. That's what I keep telling myself. And so, I figured that I might as well tell it to you, too. Jesus. Let's view all active jobs. This is an extraction mission. Amsel's face winks onto the screen. Stealth. Here you will find the complete transcription of my conversations with Herr Schmidt, a potential client. As you will see, the details of the job are a bit more vague than I would like, but the payment is quite substantial. After reading the transcript, you may choose whether or not to accept the job. If you respond in the affirmative, our client will be notified, and I will make all necessary preparations for the run. One other thing, Herr Schmidt provided me with a device to assist you on the run. He calls it a little black box. Apparently it can be used to compromise the power and security systems on the run site. If you opt to take the job, be sure to take it with you. Amsel's image flickers, then winks away. A moment later, a glowing blue text field begins to scroll up from the bottom of the screen. Greetings, Herr Amsel. I trust that this connection is secure. Naturally. To whom do I have the pleasure of speaking? Okay. Very well, Schmidt. You have some business for me. Indeed, I have a job for your team. A simple matter, judging by what I have heard of your team. I imagine that they will be well suited to the task. Go on. The interests that I represent have learned that the AG Chemi Europa is working on a company-wide project, something very secret, very new. Reliable sources inform me that they're keeping a working prototype of this new venture at their Berlin facility. I see, and your employers wish to acquire this prototype. Naturally. What is this project? If you want my team to grab the prototype for you, they will need to know what they're looking for. So you see, the cool thing about Paul asking these questions is he's slightly coaxing what the project is from our prospective employer. Because taking a random item somewhere or getting a random item from somewhere can be a little bit crazier than you would assume. Especially considering the Black Lodge, you know what I mean? At least we know it's not going to be a bomb. I'm not at liberty to say. Lovely. I can tell you that the prototype has been branded MKVI. I can also tell you that your team will find it on the 25th floor of the Berlin facility, in the office of one Albrecht. Nope, not even trying that. Further, I can assist your team in disabling building security and getting access to the 24th floor from there. However, they will be on their own. Such vagueness can be dangerous, as Paul agrees. Herr Schmidt, I will not commit my team to a run without a better understanding of what the job entails. This is why we have Paul. Facing such dangers is the purpose of a Shadowrunner, Herr Amsel. Your team will be rewarded handsomely for their services. My employers have sent aside 20,000 new yen for the job. Consider it hazard pay if you wish. Make it 25, or look somewhere else. 22.5. Final offer. Very well. I'll pass you your offer on to my team. Are there any further details that you can provide? Paul's still trying to get information from this dude. His office will be locked behind a vault door. The lock is old-fashioned, of the mechanical variety. I'll provide your team with a copy of the key. I will also supply you with a little black box, a solid-state device that your team can use to override a variety of building systems. Your team will enter through the facility's underground garage. When your team has acquired the MKVI, or Mark IV, however you want to say that, have them exit through the same garage. I will have a van there waiting to extract them. Thank you, Schmidt. I will pass your offer on to my team. Good day. We'll accept the job. It is very vague, but we have a whole lot of stuff to work on. Now, let's see. I kind of want to talk to Gloria. I kind of want to talk to Eiger. Let's see how Eiger's feeling. Eiger turns to face you. There's a pained look on her face. Look. Owe you an apology? Yeah. Damn right you do. I'm listening. Let's have Stealth play it cool. When Monica died, I was pissed. That probably doesn't come as a huge surprise, but I took the anger out on you, and I shouldn't have. Seeing Winter's body like that was enough to convince me. You couldn't have done anything to help Monica, and I couldn't have either. We're dealing with something new. Monica was a good friend of mine. Her death hurt. I got carried away, and I said some things that I shouldn't have. I want to apologize for that. Aww, that's nice, Eiger. Her body relaxes. She begins to turn away. Anyway, that's all that I wanted to say. There are a few things that I want to say. She stops and turns back to face you. You can see the weariness behind her eyes. Go ahead, nobody's stopping you. I accept your apology, but if you ever insult me in front of the team like that again, you're going to regret it. I promise. Weak-ass apology changes nothing. You're a valued member. She responds to authority. That's what Monica said. She nods appreciatively. Some backbone. That's good to see. Don't worry, Stealth. I won't question your competence again. Not in front of the others, at least. But I won't lie. I still have concerns about you. That's your prerogative, but don't forget who leads this team. What kind of concerns? Basic ones. I don't want to see history repeat itself. What history are you talking about? I'd rather not go into it, fearless leader. Let's just say that I've had bad luck with unexperienced teammates, and leave it at that. He turns away. You should go, fearless leader. I've got prep work to do for our next run, and you've got more important things to do than watch me pack my gear. Okay, do we have anything else to say? As you approach, Eiger turns to face you. Her rifle has been field stripped and is lying in pieces on a sheet of butcher paper. Arranged in a neat row along the edge of the paper are bottles of copper solvent, bore cleaner, and lighter fluid. That reminds me of Major Pain. Our fearless leader returns. What do you need? I'd like to hear about your time in the KSK. She shakes her head. No, I'm not in the habit of sharing war stories, Stealth. Not with people who've never served. What, you think I will understand? It doesn't have to be a war story. I just want a better idea of who I'm running with. There we go. She looks at you in the eye for a moment, evaluating. Finally, she shrugs. Alright, Stealth, you win. I owe everything to my time in the KSK, from my street name on down. So you tell me what you want to know, and we'll see where this goes. Okay, tell me how you got your street name. Back when I was in basic training, a fellow recruit made a vulgar joke at my expense. He said that I reminded him of the north face of the Eiger in the Bernese Alps. Huge and beautiful, but dangerous to climb. His tone left little doubt as to what sort of climbing he had in mind. I think that he was trying to proposition me, in his clumsy way, poking me in front of the other recruits to try and provoke a reaction. She shrugs. Anyway, he got one. I broke 3 of his ribs, and the name stuck. Remind me not to proposition you. So you overreacted. Served him right. Eiger regards you with a critical eye. You might actually mean that, but then you may just be trying to get on my good side. Anyone would use a line like that. Anyone who'd use a line that bad deserves to get smacked around a little. Don't flatter yourself. I couldn't care whether you like me or not. Well, I have to admit, your reaction does sound a bit extreme. She nods. For once, we're in complete agreement. But there was more to it than that. As soon as that idiot made his little joke, it was a foregone conclusion that I was getting saddled with the nickname Eiger. My only choice in the matter was whether it happened under his terms or under mine. If I hadn't broken that twit's ribs, the name Eiger would have meant a difficult sexual conquest to a whole barrack full of recruits. That's what I would have been to them. From this point on, my own accomplishments be damned. Thanks to what I did, my new name meant the troll who doesn't take shit from anyone. Instead, it's a name I'm proud to go by. I've hung on to it ever since. So, I like how they rationalize what she did and how she came to that conclusion, kind of to expand who she is. Eiger pauses for a moment, then looks you in the eye. A word of advice to you, Stealth. If anyone ever puts you in the position that he put me in, if he demeans you in front of your unit, whatever his intent, the appropriate response is to put that person down hard. Out in the field, nothing will kill you faster than losing the respect of your team. By that logic, I should have broken your ribs after Monica died. In your place, I would have. She looks you up and down, appraising you. Not that you'd succeeded if you tried, but in terms of saving face, it would have done wonders. In all seriousness, Stealth, I'm sorry that I put you in that position. I shouldn't have, and I acknowledge that. She straightens. Need anything else, or can I get back to prepping for the next run? What happened to the team? She shakes her head. No, that's one story I won't be telling. They died. That's all you need to know. Tell me about your team. Fair enough, I guess you earned it. There were 8 of us. 2 commando squads, working together as a single unit. Schmidt and Lang were combat deckers. Wolf was our rigger and combat engineer. Fisher handled demolitions. Braun was a medic. And the rest of us, Metzger, Kruger, and myself, we were weapons experts. Our mission was extraterritorial. Technically illegal, but important enough to justify the risk. We'd been sent across the border into Poland. The Russian mafia had set up a cottage industry and human trafficking all along a specific line, and it was our job to disrupt it. That sounds more like a police action than a military operation. Wouldn't the GSG usually handle that kind of thing? Typically, yes, but in recent years, the Russian mob has become more and more heavily militarized. The brass decided that they posed enough danger to the region to qualify as a terrorist threat, and that brought them under our purview. Anyway, we were a good team, experienced, we went through a lot together, and we chalked up a lot of kills in our own way. I like to think that we did some good. Who's in command? Metzger. Best leader I've ever had the pleasure of serving under. Her face clouds. He was a hell of a man. But he went down with the rest of the team. Everyone but me. Thanks, Eiger. Alright, see you. Good thing, fearless leader. Good talk. She is a soldier. So, we've got a couple missions to take care of. I think we might start the MK4 prototype. We could start that mission and then keep going. We should probably check ourselves. Let's see. Where exactly are we? We have 12 karma. What can we work on? We could work on body, quickness. Wouldn't be terrible. It'd be 15 though. So we'd be very close to raising our quickness up just a little bit. Or at least our gunplay up a little bit. Let's see. +1 AP would be very, very useful for drones. And what do we get for the 6? Oh, okay. Reduce the chance to be hit by an enemy programs in the Matrix. Well, we kind of really don't focus on Matrix. Chances to hit with drones would be a little bit better. But I think we'll focus on our gunplay. And then we'll upgrade, or maybe we should upgrade. We'll upgrade it now. And we'll focus on gunplay a little bit later. That's what we'll do. And then we could pick up a better, just a little bit better drone. Let's see what's up here. Let's see. I need some tech. What she got in the way of drones? She does have, A-class. I have a drone that supports the team with both medkits and concussion grenades. That might be useful to take. We'll take the Sundowner. And what can we sell to her? We could sell Mossenberg, we don't need. We have our old Doberman, the Ballistic. We don't really need that. Get rid of these two, and we'll sell the Renraku Flashbang. Did not really, wasn't as much as I had hoped. We'll take the Sundowner. Part of me wants to switch it out for the Strato, but maybe having these two back together would be alright. We'll carry these two for now, and if it becomes a problem, then we'll switch out one for another. I think that's how we'll handle that situation. I think him having a predilection for flying drones is pretty nice. So let's go take care of the MK situation. Or at least start it. Let's assemble the team and go after the Mark IV prototype. Alright, so who are we going to bring with us on this trip? I think we're going to go with Eiger, Dietrich, and Blitz. Mostly because now that we have the Sundowner, we can at least help fill in, you know, the medic role. Also, Blitz can most likely take care of the decking. We are going to be in a building, so that's going to be imperative. Let's head on over. Monolithic Plastic Sterile. The Berlin office of AG Chemie Europa is all of those things and more, the worst qualities of modern corporate culture, all mixed into a toxic stew and sluiced into a single prefab office building. Thankfully, you shouldn't have to stay long. According to the intel that your client provided, this should be a simple smash and grab operation. Should be. Not always there. And you've been given the tools to carry it out with a minimum of fuss. The Mark IV prototype, whatever it is waiting for you on the 25th floor. It's time to go and get it. Okay, now, I think we're set up with everything. I don't think we're going to wear the ballistic cloth suit. I feel like that's not stealth style, so let's continue. What exactly are we going to have to deal with? Shouldn't be too bad. I'm assuming we're going to have to deal with Night Ares. And yeah, we're in the basement. Let's see, is there anything useful down here? I don't believe there is. But I think we'll end the episode on here. What's over here? Let's check out what that is first, and then we'll end the episode. These crates have been sealed. The only visible markings are Project Atlas. I feel like that might be something a little bit larger in the grand scheme of the Shadowrun world. At least we got a new medkit. Anyhow, thank you all for watching. I'm JB Illusion. Please be excellent to each other and have a nice day. Peace.